What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. Here we are, 10 years into the future of Madden simulation. We are rebuilding the lowest overall team, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. Just so you guys know, I am rebuilding the lowest overall team. I'm going to show you all the teams overall.
82, 84, 83, 83, 82, 83, 85, 85, 81, 82, 84, 84, 84, 82, 85, 83, 83, 86.
Ooh, there's actually two 80 overall teams. I didn't even see that. 83, 84, 81, 82, 81, 84, 84, 84, 84, 84, 85, and 80. So I didn't even realize we could actually pick between the Bengals and the Eagles if I wanted to. You know what, we're already on the Bengals, so let's just go ahead and stick with them. But now you guys see we are the lowest overall team in the league. I want to start off this video by taking a look at the past 10 Super Bowl winners. Before we get started with this video, big shout out to my brother. He gave me the idea for this video. He actually has a podcast. I'll put it on the screen right now, the Good Time Podcast. My favorite podcast to listen to. I'm going to leave the link in the description for his channel, so go check it out. Also, if you like Madden Rebuilds or you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot, and I'll give you a big fat kiss. Comment any videos you guys would like to see, any team you want to see me rebuild, or any weird idea like this I'm willing to do, whatever. So with that being said, let's get into the rest of the video. In 2023, the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP goes to Von Miller, and MVP goes to Dak Prescott. In 2024, the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP goes to Kenneth Walker. MVP goes to Justin Herbert. In 2025, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. Dak Prescott wins Super Bowl MVP and MVP. In 2026, the Packers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Jordan Love wins Super Bowl MVP, and MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. In 2027, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl. Max Alexander is a Super Bowl MVP, and Justin Fields is the MVP. In 2028, the Panthers beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Bryce Young wins Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. In 2029, the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen wins Super Bowl MVP, and MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. In 2030, the Dolphins win the Super Bowl over the Panthers. Tua wins Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. In 2031, the Ravens win the Super Bowl over the Packers. Lamar Jackson wins Super Bowl MVP, and MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. In 2032, the Panthers win the Super Bowl over the Jaguars. Bryce Young wins Super Bowl MVP, and Justin Herbert wins MVP. That was a lot of talking right there, but next I do want to take a look at all the NFL's best players that are left. So Penei Sewell, CJ Stroud, Jamie Flowers, who was a CPU-generated rookie at some point, and Pat Surtain are all sitting at a 98 overall. Joe Burrow and Micah Parsons are 97 overalls. Joe Burrow has joined the Washington Commanders. Aiden Hutchinson is now a Dolphin at a 96. Monter St. Brown still with the Lions at a 96. Kyle Pitts still with the Falcons at a 95. Sauce Gardner's a 95. Will Anderson's a 95. Linderbaum's a 94. Tyler Smith's a 94. And then a decent amount of the rest of the guys are CPU generated. Nick Bosa's now with the Broncos at a 94. Brock Purdy's a 94. Jamar Chase is still with us at a 93, but he is 33 years old. I think that is enough yapping to get the video started. Let's take a look at our lineup 10 years into the future. Here is a look at the lineup. We still got Jamar Chase here, and it looks like that's about it. We have a new quarterback by the name of Jason Trout. He's 22, superstar. He's a 75 overall. Defensively, it looks like every single person is a CPU-generated rookie. Or they're probably not all rookies, but you know what I mean. They were a rookie when they were generated, and the defense looks terrible. So I definitely think we're picking the right team over the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to have a better team than we do. Hey, we have an X-Factor tight end in Moses Kellum. He is 31 years old, so it's not like he's going to be here much longer. But yeah, this is the lowest overall team 10 years in the future. We're going to go ahead and get this rebuild started and get to the midseason. You know what? We're not going to be very good this year anyway. We're going to be shipping Jamar Chase to the Raiders for their first round pick this year, their second round pick next year, and their fifth round pick this year. I don't think we're going to have a very good year. We have a pretty good receiving core now that I look at it. We have the Deion Sanders lookalike image at our third receiver, Oscar Richardson. Looks just like Deion Sanders. But we have a decent receiving core, and we're a terrible team. We don't have much use for Jamar Chase at this point into the rebuild. So we're going to ship him off, and it said that the Raiders had like the third projected pick, which doesn't mean much, but now we are going to get to the midseason. And at the midseason, we are 2-5. We have the worst record in the division. We have the last offense in points per game, and we're kind of middle of the pack for defense. But we do have the 8th offense in passing yards per game, so Can't complain about that, I guess. Let's take a look at what players we have to re-sign. We have 159 million, so there's probably going to be a decent amount of guys here. And it's all going to be auto-generated players. That's kind of the whole point of this rebuild, just to see all these auto-generated players and see what team is going to end up the best in 10 years. But let's see who we can re-sign. Jerry Fender is starting for us. He's our second receiver. I'll try to give him a 4-year, 46 mil, and he takes that. Tucker Keenan is also a starter on our O-line, but he's young, so I would like to get him back for multiple years. 3 years, 15 mil, and he takes it. James Weber, I believe, is our starting tackle. It says we have a right tackle, but he's probably playing left, so we're going to give him 3 years, 10 mil, and he takes it. Curtis Colston is also a starter. He's going to be pretty expensive, but I'd like to bring him back. 2 years, 44 mil. He's excited to stay with the team. Nate Meredith is our starting D tackle. We'll give him 1 year, 12 mil. He doesn't take it. He's pretty old anyway. And the rest of these guys I'll probably just hold off until the end of the year because we don't even know much about the team right now. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. I wouldn't even mind if we continued playing poorly because I would like to have a nice draft pick. So let's get to the end of the season and see how we do. And we don't win a single game in the second half of the season, which I am fine with. Let's see if we have the first overall pick. And we do. We are the worst team in the league. I wonder how the Raiders did. Ooh, and the Raiders were 25th. So we should have like the first and the 7th pick, if I'm correct. So let's go ahead and get to the offseason. And it looks like the Bears lose to the Browns in Super Bowl 68. And I forgot we were not able to get Nate Meredith back last time, so let's give him a little bit of a better deal. 1 year, about 14 mil. And he's excited to stay with the team now. Nate Davidson is also playing for us a D tackle right now. I would like to get another one in the draft, but we will re-sign him for right now. I don't know if this guy's starting for us, so we'll probably just not accept his 5th-year option. Isaac Clifford is starting in our cornerback group. Even though he's old, we will re-sign him because we have the money to do so. Max Copper, is he playing for us? Ooh, yeah, our linebacker group is not very good. So we'll sign Max Copper. So we're in Copper. But I think that's going to be everybody we re-sign. I guess I'll bring back Steven Bradfield. Actually, he's 32. We're not going to be bringing him back. That's going to be everybody we re-sign. Let's get into free agency, and we'll see who is available there because we have some money to spend this season. And Jalen Hurts is in free agency at 36 years old. Jamar Chase is in here. Maybe we bring him back, but he wants $25 million per year, so we're not going to be doing that. Tua, 36, sitting in free agency. But I actually don't know what I want to go for here. We could go for Garrison Hamilton. One thing I'm realizing as I'm looking through these younger players, they do not give like these auto-generated rookies dev traits like at all. Like they're all normal dev. John Bryan, maybe we could add him, but we don't really need receivers right now. I don't even know if we'll go for anyone in this draft here because everybody that's good is old. And we do not need old players as of right now. Maybe we do just go for Johnny Bryan because he's like the best player available and he's not insanely old. And we are his highest offer with this. I mean, it can't hurt to do so. We have 81 million left even if we do this. So we're going to go for Johnny Bryan, and he does sign with us. So that'll help out our receiving group and kind of make sure that we don't have to do anything for the offense in the draft or, you know, throughout the off seasons because this defense is bad. So we're going to be targeting that in the draft. So let's go ahead and get there and see what we're able to do. So in the mock draft, it does have us taking a left tackle with the first pick, but I will probably be taking Dominic Ryans. He's 22 years old. He's a man-to-man corner out of Memphis. He ran a 4.41. He has elite acceleration and great speed, elite change of direction. He has A man and B zone with A tackle, A catching, B hit power, B block shedding. His press is a little low, but it says he's a top 5 talent, so he'll be a good overall and most likely have hidden dev. He has us taking a D tackle with our next pick, which I actually don't hate, but I think there might be somebody better that we'll be able to take. But we'll just see whenever the time gets there. So let's get into the draft, and we are going to be taking this corner first overall. We could even maybe trade one pick back with the Jets, but I just don't want them to take the corner. Yeah, and there's not any like top 5 quarterbacks expected to go, so I think they would have a chance of stealing the player we want. So we're going to be taking Dominic Ryans here with the first overall pick. He has hidden dev, 93 speed, 94 excel, 96 change of direction. Definitely a good addition to the cornerback group. Let's get to the next pick. We're picking at round 1, pick number 8. Definitely going to try to make another defensive pick here. Although there is a pretty good receiver sitting on the board, Telvin Childress, however you would say that, 23 out of OU. Ooh, he didn't have a very good combine. His ratings do look good, but we don't need a receiver right now, so I'm not going to be doing that. I wouldn't hate taking Joshua Paul here. He had 38 bench reps at the combine, and he has elite strength. This guy would probably play like D tackle. He has A awareness, B play rec, A power moves, A tackle, A to B pursuit, B hit power. He does have low block shedding, but I didn't really see anybody that looked much better, and he's 21. So we're going to go ahead and take Joshua Paul here with our 8th pick in the first round. 90 strength, 81 excel. He is 6'3", 280, so maybe he will play D tackle for us. Let's get into our next pick. We should pick first overall at the second round. And with our next pick here, there actually is a D tackle that looks pretty good, even though we just drafted somebody who's probably going to play there for us. But he has A play rec, B power moves, A stamina, A tackle, A to C finesse moves. This guy almost looks better than the guy we drafted. Maybe we just leave the other guy at D end and play this guy at D tackle. I do want to make sure there's nobody better on the board before I do so. Like Bill Gavin looks all right. Good strength, solid speed, great acceleration. B hit power, B zone. I think I want to take the D tackle. I don't know if this is the smartest pick, but it's what I want to do. Is this the guy I was looking at? It sure is. We're going to go ahead and take Kelvin Snead here with the first pick in the second round. Hidden dev, 92 strength, 78 excel. So we kind of just drafted 2 D tackles really close to each other, but I don't hate it. Maybe we can leave the other guy at the end. We'll have to find out. This is probably going to be the last pick I show here. It'll probably also be a defensive player. And there's another round 1 corner left on the board. Ooh, and he ran the fastest 40 time in the combine. He has great excel. I don't know how a 4.37 is only good speed, but he has A awareness. He does have D man, but he has B press, B block shed, B catching, A injury, A zone. So if I'm not able to find somebody better than him, I probably will go with Dwayne Hightower. But Max Battle also looks pretty good. He's 22 out of LSU. He ran a 4.51. Solid strength, good speed, great excel. A block shed, B play rec, B pursuit, B tackle. He has A to C man and B to D zone. I do think that the corner looks better, but I think Max Battle is somebody that we need more, so we're going to be taking him. He's only normal dev. That's going to be the last pick I show. I think I should have gone with the corner anyway. I will see you guys at the draft recap. And in the draft, I would say we did pretty good. The cornerback we took first overall is an 81 overall. The right end we took is a 74. The D tackle we took is a 75. The safety's a pretty decent overall. He's a 74. I did take Oscar Mallard as well. He's a 76. I also took Kelvin Shelton, but he's not very good. The CPU looks like they did pretty good. A 73 overall tight end who has hidden dev. A 72 overall D tackle who also has hidden dev. And a 70 overall tight end who also the CPU took 3 picks and they were all hidden dev. So let's take a look at the lineup after the draft. So here's a look at the lineup after the draft. We do kind of need a running back. I wish I would have taken one, but again, I don't think we're going to be very good this season, so maybe we can get one next year. The offense doesn't look terrible, though. We have a superstar receiver and a pretty good receiving core overall. Pretty good tight end, and now we have 2 backup hidden dev ones. Defensively, we actually look all right. I do think I want to start Snead. I might just trade away Meredith. I think we just re-signed him, so this is kind of stupid, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. So we're actually able to trade Meredith, a 3rd and a 7th for the Broncos' first-round pick. So here's a look at the defense. I made some changes. I moved Evans over to middle linebacker. This is going to be the D-line we rock with. I also had to make some changes to the specialists to make this look the best I could, and I think this is how we're going to run it. We really need a running back. I wonder if there's like somebody just chilling in free agency or something, because our running back group is not very good, but we also need a kicker and a punter. So I'm going to sim ahead a week and see if we are able to assign a running back, a kicker, and a punter. We're actually able to sign Jahmyr Gibbs out of free agency. That sounds kind of fun. We'll do that. And we're able to sign 34-year-old Jake Moody, who has superstar. I guess we'll go ahead and sign AJ Cole too. He's 38 years old now at this point. Now that we've gotten all of that taken care of, we're going to go ahead and get to the midseason of the second year. And at the midseason, we are 1-5. We have the last offense in points per game again, the last offense in passing yards, and the second to last offense in rushing yards. We have the 23rd defense in points per game. We actually have the 12th defense in pass yards per game allowed, but the 25th defense for rushing yards. Let's see what players we have ready to re-sign. We definitely want to re-sign Aaron Griffith, except I don't really want to give him... Dude, this is a lot of... We have so much money, though. I can't... May as well just try to bring him back. We'll give him 4 years, $112 million. and he doesn't take it, and we're still bad, probably going to be trading him. He's already 29 at this point. I want to bring back Steven Evans. We'll give him 4 years, 34 mil, and he takes it. Braxton McLeod, we probably want to bring him back as well. I'll go player friendly. We'll give him 3 years, 51 mil. He doesn't take it. We'll probably re-sign him at the end of the year, and we'll re-sign Will Conaway as well. He's pretty old, but we may as well. Okay, he doesn't take that. Should have given him more money because he wasn't even interested. We also should bring back Frank James now that I'm looking at that. We'll give him 1 year, 12.6 mil, and he takes it. I'm going to see what I can get out of Aaron Griffith. And we're sending Aaron Griffith and a 6th-round pick to the Buccaneers for their 1st round and 2nd round pick for this year's draft and a 1st round pick for next year. So we're kind of just setting up for the future here, which I'm okay with because, again, we're fucking terrible right now, and that guy was 29 years old. We'll be able to draft a receiver or something at some point. But with that being said, let's get to the end of the season and see how we do. And at the end of the 2nd year, we finished 5-12, which is better than I expected, to be honest. Did I show our stats last year? I don't think I did. But Jason Trout is fucking terrible. Didn't realize that. 3,000 yards, 10 touchdowns to 11 picks. My apologies for not showing these stats last year. I don't know why I did that. Jahmyr Gibbs was pretty terrible. Averaged 3.3 per carry, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. Receiving, Johnny Bryan was our leading receiver, 700 yards, a touchdown. Jerry Fender with 600 yards and 4 touchdowns. The O-line's not holding up well. Braxton McLeod. Not going to try to say that. Is this the guy that wasn't re-signing with us? If so, we're not going to be re-signing him. Colson allows 9 sacks. Gore allows 8. James allows 7. 4 out of Tucker Keenan. Defensively, Steven Evans leads our team in tackles. Sacks, we got 5.5 out of Joshua Paul, 5 out of Joseph Morrison, and 4.5 out of Kelvin Snead. So all 3 of our sack leaders were rookies. TFLs, we got 18 out of Kelvin Snead, 13 out of Joshua Paul, and 10 out of Joseph Morrison. Interceptions, we got 4 out of Dominic Ryans, 1 out of Steven Evans, 1 out of Jose Jones, and 1 out of Damian Bell. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, who is now on the Bears. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Anthony Richardson. AFC Defensive Player of the Year goes to Philip Van Buren for the Jaguars. And we have nobody in the running for either of them. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to George Thompson for the Broncos. Don't think we had any starting rookies on offense. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Paul Barnard for the Patriots. We came in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place for Defensive Rookie of the Year and 10th as well. Would have been nice to win that, but we did not, so can't really dwell. We will take a look at the lineup and see what our rookies' dev traits were. Ooh, and one of those tight ends that the CPU drafted is an X Factor. He has the Deion Sanders face scan. Defensively, none of the people we drafted had dev traits, but I think Battle might go up because he had like 4 picks. So let's get to the offseason and we'll see what everybody's dev traits are then. And the Dolphins win the Super Bowl over the Cardinals 24-21. Now let's take another look at the lineup, see if anybody's dev trait went up. And Ryan's went up to Superstar. I don't believe he was Superstar yet, but our D linemen actually all went down in dev trait after coming 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm triggered, not even going to lie. It's whatever. Let's go ahead and get to the next week of the offseason, see what players we need to re-sign. And we have a 5th-year option for Jason Trout, which we will not be accepting. He's terrible. And Braxton McLeod is the guy that did not want to re-sign with us, and we're not going to be signing him. Don't think we're going to be re-signing anybody, dude. Like, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be because the guys that hit free agency aren't good. It's basically just all drafting. So I'm actually glad that we traded away Jamar Chase and our other receiver because all of this is just going to come down to the draft. Even though we drafted 3 hidden devs last year and they all went down to star, or I'm sorry, they went down to normal. So that's really frustrating, but let's see if there's anybody good in free agency. And there is nobody. We could go for McKinley. We could go for Costanzo. But everybody's old, like so old. Do we just sign Jalen Hurts and say fuck it because of how bad our quarterback's been playing? I wonder if he's even getting any other offers. He is, but not very big ones. So we could maybe give him like a 2-year, $33 million deal. And now we're still not the leading offer. So we'll go 2 years, $36 million. And now we are the leading offer. I think we're going to go for Tavares Stevens as well. We'll go 3 years, like $17 million. And we're his leading offer as well. We'll go for Ronnie Peake as well. It says we have 5 active negotiations and we have 2. It's not letting me make offers. I didn't even know you could like have a max active negotiation set. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, so I set it to unlimited, so it should be fixed now. If it's not, I'm going to suplex my monitor. All right, and it's fixed. I don't even know why that was on, if I'm being completely honest with you, but now we can go for Ronnie Peake. We're going to give him 4 years, 30 mil. And we do need a tackle, so I guess we'll go ahead and go for Johnny Costanzo. We'll give him 2 years as well, 2 years, 48 mil. So this is probably going to be everybody that we go for. Going to be going for Johnny Costanzo, Jalen Hurts, Tavares Stevens, and Ronnie Peake. If we do sign 3 of them, we did not get the safety. I wish I would have given him more money. I wasn't paying enough attention. Ronnie Peake, goes to the Jaguars. Yeah, so that's going to be everybody we go for in free agency. We're going to need a big draft class here because we're not looking so good right now. We went 2-15 and then 5-12, and these free agent classes are not good because it's all auto-generated rookies, and this game takes away everybody's dev trait. Like, this is going to be a lot harder than I expected. The most frustrating part about this video is I already recorded this, and it went so much better than this, but I turned my mic around or something, and it made the audio come out so bad to the point where I don't even want to upload the video. And now we're sitting through this. So we need a big draft here. Looking at the team, we definitely need to draft a running back. We could probably use another receiver. And I think we could use every position on defense. We need a linebacker. We need D-line, which sucks because our D-line is already young. I know I've complained about it multiple times, but they were all 3 hidden dev. How are they all normal when coming 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Defensive Rookie of the Year? Let's get to the draft. Let's see what we can do here. We are picking at round 1, pick number 5. I mean, I don't want to take another corner, but nobody looks that good except this guy's really slow. He does have B-man and B-zone, A to C press, A catching. TJ Anderson doesn't look bad. He is 23, but he has elite acceleration and great speed. A to C awareness. He has really low play rec. A to C finesse moves. A to C pursuit. B tackling. I mean, this guy just doesn't look that good. What about Dennis Benz? 21 out of Oregon State. He also has elite excel. A to C awareness. A finesse moves. His play rec looks a little better. A to C power moves. He has bad coverages, but he's not going to play coverage for us. I would almost say this guy looks better. So let's just go ahead and take Dennis Benz. He does have hidden dev, 90 excel, 78 strength. I do think that was kind of a reach for the 5th overall pick. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really wish I would have traded that back and gotten a fucking dickload of picks. But we already have 3 picks here in the first round anyway. I kind of wish I wouldn't have signed Jalen Hurts because there's some good quarterbacks on the board. Quincy Meadows actually looks really good. 22 out of Boston College. He only has good throw power, and his the rest of his ratings don't look that good. He has really good accuracy, though. Really good throw on the run. Really good under pressure. He has A to B trucking, B awareness. I'm kind of tempted. I cannot lie. Should we do it and then just trade fucking Jalen Hurts? I think I'm going to do it. I think this might be the stupidest thing I could do, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that just made it a whole lot stupider. Well, I guess let's just get into our next pick in the first round. Probably going to have to trade one of our quarterbacks away. There's other good quarterbacks on the board, but I'm not fucking taking multiple quarterbacks. Devion Ellison is still on the board, so I guess let's just go with him. 21 out of Florida State. Also has normal dev. I think I know who I want to go with in the second round here. I really hope he's still here, though. All right, and he's still here. Channing Peoples. He is 21 out of Alabama. He ran a 4.42. He has solid acceleration and only solid speed. He does have elite change of direction, though. He has B stiff arm, B awareness, A injury, A ball carrier vision, B break tackle, A pass block. He's a good blocker. That's actually pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and take Channing Peoples here. Oh my god. How is he a round 1 talent if he's normal dev? I don't... And the draft classes aren't strong. That's the worst part about this. Am I just the worst drafter of all time? Because we had 6 picks in the first 2 rounds, and we've gotten 1 hidden dev player. Should we go with Justin Wallace here, 21 out of Miami? His ratings don't look that good, but he has A awareness, A to C play rec, A to C power moves. I mean, we need defense bad. Should we just go with him? I think I'm just so triggered right now that I don't even feel thinking about these picks, which is definitely not smart. I'll admit that. But Yeah. This is going to be the last pick I show here. We could go with Martin Russell because all of our D linemen fell off. He did have 37 bench reps, which is elite strength. He'd probably play D tackle for us. A, play rec. B, power moves. A, block shedding. A, tackle. I think we're going to go with Martin Russell here. And he's hidden dev with 90 strength. That's going to be the last pick that I show. Probably the last pick I take because I'm annoyed with drafting. I admit that it was my fault for not looking more at the players. But I feel like the running back we drafted should have been hidden dev. I shouldn't have taken the quarterback. I signed Jalen Hurts for no reason. But let's take a look at the draft recap. And overall-wise, we didn't do bad. The first pick we took, he's a 74. The quarterback we took is a 71, but, he's not going to play. The corner we took is a 76. The running back we took is also a 76. Justin Wallace is a 71. Martin Russell is a 73. And then the CPU took Pierman. He's hidden dev, of course he is. Don't know why the CPU is better at taking hidden devs than me. But let's take a look at the lineup after the draft. Here's a look at the offense after the draft. Pretty much looks the same other than Peoples. I mean, we have Jalen Hurts this year. I guess we'll see what he can do for us. Offensively, I would say we look better. Russell is a 76 overall at D tackle, and we have 2 new starting outside linebackers. Pierman is a pass coverage linebacker, so he's not going to be coming off the edge. But I would say the team could look a lot worse. I think we need a kicker and punter again, which I forgot about. So I will sign those, but I'm not going to show it because there's no point. I think we definitely need to make a change to the playbook as well. But other than that, let's get to the midseason of the 3rd year, I believe it is, and see if we can do any better. So Jason Trout was terrible for us, and we just signed Jalen Hurts. Even though Jalen Hurts will probably retire soon, we can always draft another quarterback afterwards. So we're going to ship him to the Packers for their 1st and 2nd and 4th in this year's draft and their 1st in next year's draft. They had like a 72 overall quarterback, so I guess they really wanted him. I guess we'll see how he does there. But now we are going to get to the midseason and see how we can do. And here we are at the midseason, sitting at 2-4. We have the 16th offense in points per game and the 24th defense. I am going to take a look just at how Jalen Hurts is doing, because if he's not doing good, I think I'm just going to start our rookie. And he's actually doing pretty good. I mean, 12-6 touchdown interception ratio isn't terrible, but a 75% completion percentage I can't really complain about. I think it's our defense that is the problem. So we're going to be sticking with Jalen Hurts for now. Let's take a look at what players we have to re-sign. Jose Jones, I guess we would like to bring back. We'll go player friendly, 3 years, 18 mil, and he takes it. Danny Sims, I mean, the rest of these guys aren't too important. I think we're just going to wait till the end of the year. I think we'll bring back Frank James, though, because he's been holding it down, I guess. He's excited to stay with the team. We'll do the rest of the re-signings at the end of the season. I'm just hoping we can at least get, 7 wins or something. We've gone 2-15 and 5-12. I need to see some sort of progress before I lose all motivation in this rebuild. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the end of the year and see how we can do. And at the end of the year, we again go 5-12. We have the 2nd to last offense in points per game and the 3rd to last defense. Let's see how our team did. Jalen Hurts, actually did all right. 3,800 yards, 27 touchdowns to 13 picks. Channing Peoples did all right too. Not very many yards per carry, but he got 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Receiving, Johnny Bryan was actually pretty good, 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. Jerry Fender with 900 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oscar Richardson with 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. The O-line did pretty bad. Johnny Costanzo allows 12 sacks, 5 out of Gore, 4 out of Golston, only 3 out of Frank James, and only 1 out of Tucker Keenan. Defensively, Steven Evans leads the team in tackles with 147. Sacks, we got 9 out of Martin Russell, maybe enough for Defensive Rookie of the Year. 5.5 out of Dennis Benz, 4.5 out of Danny Sims. Interceptions, we got 2 out of Jose Jones, 1 out of Steven Evans, 1 out of Tavares Stevens. MVP goes to Zahir Khan for the Cowboys. We have nobody in the running there. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tremaine Sheed for the Chargers. We have nobody in the running there either. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Javonte Tate for the Raiders. And we again have nobody in the running there. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kevin Childress for the Steelers. Channing Peoples actually came in 3rd place, so I'll take that. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Martin Russell. We have the top 3 in the voting, so thank God for that. Our defensive rookies played good. But yeah, we are obviously not in the playoffs, so let's get to the offseason and let's see what dev trait all of our defensive rookies are at. And Johnny Bryan had a great year and goes down to normal dev. Fender is at star, so is Richardson. Jalen Hurts goes down to star, but he's at an 81, so that's not bad. Evans goes up to superstar. He had a lot of tackles, so that doesn't surprise me. And Martin Russell won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he actually won it for the whole league, and he went down 2 dev traits. Okay, we actually didn't win it for the whole league, but it said minus star dev, minus normal dev, or something like that. So he went down 2 dev traits, and that's not the first time that this has happened in this video, as you guys remember. So I don't even care if this is cheating. I'm giving Russell a star dev. Don't care. I just want to show you guys one more time. Minus star dev, minus normal dev. They took away 2 dev traits from him. We're giving him star dev. I don't care. So yeah, the team has taken hits in dev traits. I don't know why that is. It's probably why the free agent in Pierman was hidden and is also now down to normal. Yeah, they just took it for no reason. I don't even know what's going on. Is there a way to like make it where they take away dev traits less? If you know that, please let me know, because I can't take it anymore. It's starting to make me go crazy. But hey, we have a couple superstars on defense, so we're definitely getting better. We really need to hope that some studs hit free agency. But let's go ahead and get to the next week and see what re-signings we have to make. We're not going to accept this 5th-year option for Oscar Richardson. It's pretty expensive. I will bring back Danny Sims because he played pretty good for us. We'll go player friendly. 3 years, 20 mil. He'd like to play for a new team next year. How much is a franchise tag? 29 mil. Yeah, we're not doing that. I guess we're just going to go to free agency. Maybe we'll try to get him back there. Hopefully there will be some good players here. Will Anderson's in free agency. He is 34 years old, but I mean, I think I'll take anything at this point. There's also a decent amount of quarterbacks here, but they all are also pretty old. I think I'm going to go for Will Anderson, dude, because nobody's hitting free agency because apparently Madden just takes away every single player's dev trait. So all the other teams that are letting these players hit free agency, they're just all normal dev. So we're going to go for Will Anderson. And we are his highest offer. I'm sure he's still not going to sign with us. And he does. Maybe I'm complaining a little bit too much. We're able to sign Will Anderson. I think that'll help out the team. We don't need to bring back Sims anymore. Let's take a look at our lineup. Here's a look at the defense. Will Anderson has +3 morale, so he's playing up to a 92 overall. Defense definitely looks a lot better than when we started this video. So let's get to the draft, where we should have multiple first-round picks again. I'm considering we have so many picks that I could trade one away for a player, which kind of seems like the move because, dude, this is hard. And I'm so frustrated because it was not this hard the first time I did it, and I freaking turned my mic around and ruined the whole video. And in this year's draft, we do have the 1st overall pick. We also have the 4th, and for some reason it wants us to take 2 quarterbacks. Not going to be doing that, but it looks like we have some good quarterback options to take here. And then I think I'll probably trade away our 4th pick and see what we can get out of it. But first, let's get into the draft and let's see which of these quarterbacks look better to us. So there are 2 top 5 talents out of Howie West and Marquand Davis. Howie West is 22 out of Georgia Tech. He has elite throw power, elite strength, solid acceleration. So this guy's probably a pretty decent passer, but not the best runner. Although he does have B trucking, but he has A awareness, B break sack, A injury, B stamina, A deep accuracy, B medium accuracy, B short accuracy, A under pressure. That guy looks really good. Let's take a look at Marquand Davis. He's 23 out of Penn State. Only great throw power, only great strength. He also has pretty good accuracies, good under pressure, good awareness. This guy's ratings almost look better, but he's 23, and the other guy says elite throw power and elite strength. So this guy's probably going to have like 94, 95 throw power. So we're going to go with Howie West out of Georgia Tech. Hidden dev with 95 throw power, like I assumed. He looks like a fucking stud. You see how big his arms were? So let's get to the 4th pick, and I want to see what we're able to get for it, because we have another pick in the 1st round. So we're shipping Jalen Hurts and the 4th overall pick for an 89 overall running back, an 88 overall center. We do have a center right now, but he is insanely old, so we're getting ready for that, and the 3rd round pick. I tried to get a little bit more, wasn't really able to, so I think this is going to work out in the long run, and we have another pick in the 1st round. It is the last overall pick. I'm hoping and praying that we can get a good receiver with this pick here. James Coker out of Oklahoma. He did have 19 bench reps, but he only has solid excel and only good strength. He does have A to C spec catch, A catch in traffic, only C release. His ratings don't look terrible, but some of the receivers look like they could possibly be better, like James McDonald, 22 out of Louisville. He ran a 4.48. He has good strength, good speed, great acceleration. B run block, B short route, B medium route, A to C spec catch. He does only have C release and D catch in traffic. I don't know. Can't really bring myself to take him. What about Jamarcus Bradford, 21 out of UCLA. He ran a 4.47. He has elite strength and elite jumping, B to D spec catch, which is lower than I expect, but he has A catch and traffic. This guy honestly looks the best to me. He's not projected to go yet, but I want a receiver. I don't want to miss out on this guy, so we're going to go ahead and go with Jamarcus Bradford. Hidden dev, 91 speed, 93 jumping, 91 excel. Our receiving core was starting to fall off there and get a little old, so I think that was a good pick there. And we have back-to-back picks, which I kind of forgot about. So let's see who's on the board here that we could go with. I mean, we could always go for another corner, John Jennings, 22 out of Texas Tech. He ran a 4.37, which is only great speed and solid acceleration. But he has A-man, B to D zone, C press. He's also 6'1". We could also always go with like Christopher Hunter, 21 out of LSU. He's pretty weak, and he does have elite excel. I think I'm going to go with the corner and then try to get an O-lineman with our next pick. So let's go ahead and take John Jennings here out of Texas Tech. Hidden dev, 93 speed and 90 excel. So this draft is already going much better than the previous ones, especially if we could get an O-lineman here, especially a tackle. And some of these tackles don't look bad. Walt Dockery looks all right, 22 out of Miami. He had 33 bench reps. He has a change of direction. But he has A run block power, A lead block, A pass block power, B run block. He does have low finesse, but I don't think it's going to matter much. Let's go with Walt Dockery here out of Miami. Only normal dev, which I actually didn't expect. But every time I don't expect it, it's always hidden dev. Let's get into the third round where we have the first overall pick. And I don't know what I want to go with here. Maybe we go with a safety. Amari Tiller doesn't look terrible, 22 out of Boston College. His ratings don't look that good. His core attributes look all right. A awareness, A hit power, P pursuit, and B zone. I actually kind of like this guy. I think we're going to go with Amari Tiller here. And he's hidden dev, 88 speed, 88 jumping. That's going to be the last pick I show for this draft. I will probably make a couple more, but I'll see you guys at the draft recap. And I would say we did pretty good this draft. Our quarterback is an 81 overall. The receiver we took is a 73. The corner is a 76. The left tackle, although being a normal dev, is a 73 overall. And I think I showed you guys that we took Amari Tiller, but I also took Kyer Sims, who I think also was hidden dev. He was. I also took Tracy Bright. He did not have a dev trait, but he's a 72 overall. The CPU took Connor Green. Does he have a dev trait? Ooh, he does. And the CPU also took Rudy Ash, who's a 72 overall. He does not have a dev trait, though. So let's take a look at the lineup after the draft. Here is a look at the offense after the draft. I went ahead and moved Connor Green over to left tackle. The O-line's looking really good. Unfortunately, James did lose his spot in the depth chart. He's been playing good for us, but I mean, we don't have much use for him anymore. Neither as we do for Brian. So I think we're going to try to package them up in a trade and see what we can get out of them. But first, let's take a look at the defense. We, of course, added Will Anderson. Need to make sure I move Russell up to D-tackle and a start. I wonder what overall Sims would be at free safety. I want to make sure I get the highest overall up there. And Sims is still a 74 overall at free safety. So we're going to start Tiller at free safety, and then we'll move Sims to the backup strong safety. He'll probably also play like slot corner for us or something. Sims is not going to be our slot corner, but we are going to play him at sub linebacker, try to get him some playing time. I don't really want Reddit coming in. I'm just going to keep Blake in there. But the defense doesn't look bad. We could definitely use better linebackers. Maybe that's what I'll go for whenever I trade our receiver and hopefully our center as well. So I wonder if we can make that happen. I do want to make sure I get Tiller in at the starting free safety. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. We could also even put Meadows in the trade. So we're going to trade James, Jimmy Bryan, and Meadows and see what we can get for the 3. So we're going to be shipping the 3 to the Vikings for a new middle linebacker who is superstar. He's not going to play middle linebacker. He'll play outside linebacker or something, which I did just say that strong safety we had is going to play sub linebacker, but who cares? I think we're going to be able to use this, and we'll also be swapping our 4th round pick with their 2nd round pick. But I would say the defense looks much better now. 2 good linebackers, and Pierman actually isn't bad himself. We do still need a kicker and a punter. But other than that, I would say we're good. So the lineup definitely looks the best it has looked so far. So let's go ahead and get to the mid-season of the 4th year and see how we can do. I am going to sign us a kicker and a punter, but it's not like I need to show that. So yeah, we're going to get to the mid-season. And at the mid-season, we are 3-4. Definitely a little worse than I expected, but I mean, after the last 3 seasons, can't expect much better. We have the 11th offense in points per game and the 13th defense. Let's see what players we have ready to re-sign. We need to bring back George Donaldson. I'll give him a player-friendly deal, 5 years, $39 million. He doesn't take it. Oscar Richardson I'd like to bring back. We'll give him player-friendly, 4 years, $59 million. He takes it. Justin Gore, I'd like to bring back. I don't even know if he's starting anymore, but we'll do it anyways. 3 years, 13 mil, and he takes it. Tucker Keenan, I'd also like to bring back. 3 years, 27 mil, and he takes it. James Weber, I don't even know if he's starting anymore, but we'll bring him back as well. 2 years, 8 mil. He takes it. And the rest of these players will wait till the end of the season. Same for George Donaldson. For this one season, I will show our stats and awards just because I'm curious as to how we're doing. Our rookie quarterback's doing all right. 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns to 7 picks. Rushing, Keshawn Blake is not doing terrible. 470 yards, 4.2 per carry, 4 touchdowns. Jamarcus Bradford, our rookie receiver, is doing pretty good. 420 yards, 5 touchdowns. Oscar Richardson with 400 yards and a touchdown. And LaShawn McMillan with 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. The O-line's holding up pretty good. James Weber's allowed 5 sacks. Same for Connor Green. 2 out of Tucker Keenan. 2 out of Cole Frazier. And Justin Gore hasn't allowed a sack all year. Defensively, Steven Evans is leading the team in tackles. Sacks, we got 5 out of Will Anderson and 4 out of Dennis Benz. Interceptions, we got 1 out of Steven Evans, 1 out of Tavares Stevens, and 1 out of Taylor Fernandez. So looking at the stats, I would say we're not doing bad. Honestly, I can't complain, especially after how we've done the past few years. I just need our rookie quarterback to step up his game, and I think we'll be able to make the playoffs this year. With that being said, let's get to the end of the season and see if we can make the playoffs. And we had a strong second half of the year. We finished 9-8 with the 3rd offense in points per game and the 7th defense, but we do not make the playoffs. I am happy we finally, crossed a bridge of getting a winning record. So, at least we're getting there. That's all I can say. Let's see how Howie West did. He actually finished the year off really good. 3,900 yards, 32 touchdowns to 9 picks. Keshawn Blake played pretty good. 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jamarcus Bradford will probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year if it doesn't go to our quarterback. 900 yards, 10 touchdowns. Now that I think about it, it will go to our quarterback. But Oscar Richardson with 960 yards, 3 touchdowns, and LaShawn McMillan with 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Fender got 800 yards and 10 touchdowns. The O-line held up all right. Connor Green did pretty terrible. Weber allowed 9 sacks, 4 out of Frazier, 3 out of Keenan, and only 2 out of Justin Gore. Defensively, Steven Evans leads the team in tackles with 138. Sacks, we got 16 out of Will Anderson. We'll probably see him up there for Defensive Player of the Year. Dennis Benz gets 10 sacks, 9 TFLs. 9 sacks out of Snead with 10 TFLs. 8 sacks out of Martin Russell with 13 TFLs. Interceptions, we got 4 out of Steven Evans, 2 out of Dominic Ryans, 2 out of George Donaldson, 2 out of Tavares Stevens, 1 out of Mollard, 1 out of Fernandez, and 1 out of Tiller. Jake Moody did all right. Who cares? Take a look at the yearly awards. MVP goes to Blake Kelly for the Dolphins. And Howie West comes in 6th place, so he will definitely be winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year also goes to Brandon Lucas for the Dolphins. And Keshawn Blake comes in 6th place for us. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Javonte Tate. Will Anderson comes in 2nd place for us. And Steven Evans actually came in 4th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course, goes to Howie West. And Jamarcus Bradford comes in 2nd. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nolan Stefa for the Jaguars. That's kind of a hard name. I'm probably not even saying it right. And I don't know if we had any starting rookies on defense. If we did, none of them made it for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I'm going to send to the offseason, and we'll take a look at our lineup and see how everybody's dev traits are looking, and then we're probably going to do one more year of this rebuild. And the Ravens win the Super Bowl over the Saints. And here's a look at our lineup. Our quarterback is now Superstar. Our running back goes up to X Factor. Defensively, it looks like all of our dev traits are the same. It looks like Evans even went down to... Dude, I'm going to start raging. Evans led the team in tackles, got like 4 picks, was up there for Defensive Player of the Year, and he goes down in dev... Wait, he went down twice. Look, he went up to X Factor, and then they took away 2 dev traits. So I don't know what happened, but Evans somehow magically went back up to Superstar. Don't really know what happened there, but who knows? He magically got his dev trait back. I'm not sure. Can someone please explain to me how somebody hits X Factor and then just gets 2 dev traits taken away from them after their first year with a positive record and coming in 4th or 6th place, whatever it was, for Defensive Player of the Year? If anybody knows how to make it where this game stops taking away dev traits, please tell me before I start absolutely raging. So I think that's enough complaining. Let's see what players we have to re-sign. I know we had to bring back one of our receivers still. We do have a 5th-year option for Dominic Ryans. I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. George Donaldson did not want to come back originally, so let's just give him the same offer, but we'll up the money a decent amount. We'll give him 5 years, $45.5 million, and he finally takes it. I'm going to re-sign Jake Moody just so we can stop worrying about it. 1 year's 5.5 mil. He's going to go to free agency, not even get signed, and I'm going to have to go fucking sign his ass again. Let's bring back our punter. He resigns. So let's get to free agency here, and if there's not any good free agents, I'm probably just going to trade, because we have so many draft picks from all the trades we've made. So if we don't have anybody good in free agency here, I will be trading away draft picks to try to get this team even better. And yeah, the free agent class was, again, terrible. So we are going to be seeing what we can get out of these extra draft picks we have. And first, let's take a look at the lineup. What positions do we need? So on offense, I would say we could probably use another receiver. I'd say the O-line looks pretty good on its own. Tight end obviously looks good on its own. Same with running back. So maybe one more receiver defensively. Maybe a better safety. Maybe another better D tackle. And definitely maybe a third corner. So I'm going to look to try to get... I don't know. But I know we have extra draft picks. That's what I know. So let's see what we're able to get here. And because of all the extra draft picks we have this year, I'm able to bring over a X Factor 90 overall receiver, a superstar 81 overall corner, and an X Factor 93 overall left end. And these are all draft picks from this year. We have 2 firsts, 2 seconds. We gave up a 3rd and a 7th as well. So I didn't even really blow up the team because we have all of our draft picks for the next seasons, and the team's going to look so much better. So let's take a look at the lineup. Here is a look at the offense. We now have an X Factor running back, receiver, and tight end with an 87 overall, superstar quarterback. Defensively, we now have another X Factor edge rusher. Obviously, Will Anderson isn't X Factor anymore, but he was last season. And this is how we're going to run the D tackle group. We moved Benz over to D tackle. I'm going to start Tiller over Battle here because he has a depth trait. But this is definitely the best team that we're going to be able to get here. And we started at the lowest overall. What were we, like an 80 overall at the beginning to start this, I believe? So we're going to sim past the draft and we're going to get into next season. And to start off the season, we are an 86 overall team. And we are definitely a better team than we were last year. We went 9-8 last year and we're even better. So I don't see any reason we shouldn't get like 10, 11 wins, maybe even win the division. So we're going to get to the end of this season, hopefully make the playoffs. Let's see how we can do. And at the end of the season, we finish off 11-6. We do not win the division, but we do make the playoffs. We had the 14th offense in points per game, the 3rd defense in points per game. So let's take a look at our stats on the year. Howie West finishes with 3,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 picks. Definitely not a bad season. Keshawn Blake did all right. He only averaged 3.8 per carry, but he had 1,100 yards, 18 touchdowns. Receiving, Anthony Morton with 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. LaShawn McMillan with 960 yards and 7 touchdowns. Jerry Fender with 600 yards and a touchdown. The O-line didn't hold up very good. Connor Green allows 12 sacks. Gore allows 9, his worst season so far. Weber allows 8, Keenan allows 5, and Frazier allows 5. Defensively, Steven Evans leads our team in tackles again with 126. Sacks, we got 16.5 out of Javonte Tate, 12 out of Martin Russell, 9.5 out of Will Anderson, 8.5 out of Kelvin Snead. Interceptions, we had 4 out of Dominic Ryans, 3 out of Steven Evans, 1 out of Danny Cooper, and 1 out of Tavares Stevens. MVP goes to Gene Jenkins for the Buccaneers. We did not come in the running for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC goes to Byron Carey for the Chiefs. We come in second place with Keshawn Blake. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Javonte Tate for us. That's huge. Looks like Martin Russell also came in 6th place for us. Don't think we had any starting rookies anywhere because we traded all our draft picks away. But hey, we went from the lowest overall team in the league. We are now 4 overalls higher than the Chiefs. So we really should win this game. So let's get past the wild card because this is going to be the last year of the rebuild. So hopefully we can get at least 1 playoff win. Let's see if we can win this wild card game. Oh my fucking god. I'm really frustrated because when I recorded this video the first time, dude, it went so good. I have to do 1 more year. I can't fucking end on that, dude. We fortunately did not have any retirements on the year. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Let's see what players we need to re-sign. We're going to make this quick. I normally don't cave and do 1 more year because it always goes bad. So if this goes bad, this will genuinely be the last time I ever do 1 more year of a rebuild after saying it's over. We have a lot of money, but we do have 20 players to re-sign. Keshawn Blake needs a deal. We're going to go player friendly. 4 years, 80 mil, and he takes it. Taylor Fernandez, we want to bring him back. We'll go player friendly as well. 5 years, 90 mil. LaShawn McMillan, we definitely want to bring back. He had probably his best year yet for us, so let's make this a pretty expensive deal. 5 years, 80 mil, and he takes it as well. Tavares Stevens, I'd like to bring back 2 years, 15 mil, and he takes it. Dennis Benz, I'll accept his 5th-year option. Jerry Fender, I guess I'll bring back. We'll go 4 years, 56 mil. He wants to test out free agency, don't care. This is our backup tight end. We don't really need him. Should I bring back Devon Ellison? That's just a 5th-year option. So that's going to be everybody we re-sign here. So let's get to free agency. I'll probably just trade away our draft picks again. I do not feel like drafting anymore. Looking at this lineup, dude, like, how did we not win a playoff game? So I'm trying to look at what we need to go for in free agency and when we trade our draft picks. Maybe one more receiver, but, you know, Evans goes down to normal. They were not having me change it as dev trade. We don't need a corner. Dude, it showed that Will Anderson didn't retire. Did he go to free agency? Maybe he did, but if he did, we'll try to bring him back. If not, we'll trade for somebody better. But the defense looks good. We just need one more edge rusher. So we're probably going to go for one more edge rusher, one more receiver, and that should pretty much finish out the defense. Let's see if Will Anderson's in free agency. So I don't see Will Anderson anywhere. That's weird. It didn't say that he retired. Oh, now it says it. I literally showed it earlier. He did not retire, so maybe they can retire in like waves. He did not retire originally, but who cares? We can always try to find a better one. I didn't even really look at the free agent class because I was trying to because I was trying to find Will Anderson. We do need a tackle though, so I will sign this guy, Terrell Woods. And we are his top offer, so hopefully he signs with us, and he does. And now we are going to try to trade our draft picks for another edge rusher and another receiver. We're shipping a first and a second over to the Steelers for their right end and the receiver. Hopefully that'll even maybe make it easier to win games because they're giving us 2 of their better players and, you know, they're in our division. So let's take a look at our lineup now. So yeah, we definitely have one of the best receiving cores possible. Defensively, we also look pretty good. I don't know why this guy's all bugged. But yeah, I would say we look even better than last season, to be honest. And, you know, we went 11-6 last season, so maybe we'll go, knowing this game, we'll probably go like 8-9. However, realistically, we should go like 12-5, 13-4. But yeah, here we are. Let's get into the actual last year of the rebuild. We're going to sim to the playoffs. We're an 88 overall, so we're probably one of the higher overalls in the league after starting off at the lowest. I think this is like the 5th or 6th year of the rebuild, so this video is probably going to be pretty long. I've been recording for over 2 hours, so this is going to be the last season regardless of what happens. So let's get to the playoffs and see how we can do. And the game gives us what we deserve. We go 13-4 and get the 1 seed with the number 1 offense in points per game, the number 1 offense in passing yards, the number 4 offense in rushing yards, the 8th defense in points allowed, the 9th defense in passing yards allowed, and the 3rd defense in rushing yards allowed. So let's take a look at our stats on the year. So this is probably the first time that I've done an extra season, and it's actually worked out. But I'm also kind of speaking before I should because we still have a playoff game to win over a team that we are 9 overalls higher than and won 2 more games. So let's sim past the divisional, see if we can make the AFC Championship. And we do. We win by 18 over the Dolphins, and we have a weekly award. And it goes to West. He passes for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 30 yards on the ground. And we are in the AFC Championship against the Steelers, division rival, who traded us our new pass rusher and our new wide receiver. I want to say Childress won MVP, but with that being said, we are 8 overalls higher than them. He threw for 33 touchdowns and no picks. Wow. Let's get to the Super Bowl, man. Let's see if we can get a win here. We really should, so we probably won't. And we make the Super Bowl. And we're playing against the 84 overall Seahawks, who went 15-2. Before we hop in, let's take one last look at our lineup because all of the dev traits are going to be updated. West goes up to X Factor. We now have 4 starting X Factors. Frazier stays at star or superstar, so does Barnett. Defensively, all 3 of our linebackers go to star. Ford goes to X Factor. Ryan goes to X Factor, as does Tate. This team is crazy. I cannot believe this was the lowest overall team when we first started this rebuild. Let's hop in and watch the Super Bowl, and let's get this shit over with. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. Here we are getting into the Super Bowl. The Seahawks start off fast with a touchdown, but we go down and answer with a touchdown of our own. We get a stop on the second drive, and we're driving down, and we get a field goal to go up by 3 points. They get a touchdown to go up 4. They do get a stop on us, but we get the ball back, drive down the field, and get a touchdown to go up by 3. We're now up by 10 in the third quarter. We score another touchdown. We're up by 17 at this point with 5 minutes left, and it's looking like we put it away. We send 10 years into the future, and we rebuilt the lowest overall team. That was going to be the last year, but I stuck it out for one more, and I'm so thankful that I did. We win the Super Bowl. I don't think there's many people watching at this point, but if you are, thank you so much, because holy shit, this is like the hardest video I've done. The first time I did this, it was not this hard, but this one definitely turned out better in the long run. We built one of the best possible rosters I think you could build in Madden. That is going to be the end of this rebuild. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, shout out to my brother for the idea of this video. Comment any videos you guys would like to see. Like and subscribe, please. That's the end of this one. Deuces.